Hello, my people. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with me. Hey, yo guys, what is up? MTG is back here with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about my top 10 favorite dragons in Magic the Gathering. Now, just before we start this video, not all of these are in this list due to their power and strength. It's not the best dragons in Magic the Gathering, it's just my favorite and my favorite schemes to pull with them and that kind of thing. And these are not in any particular order. I laid them out 1 to 10. It's not like 1's my most favorite and 10's my least favorite. I like all dragons equally. I'm an equal man. I don't know. But let's hop into this. I have 10 dragons in front of me, one of them sleeved in a different color. That's my commander on my dragon deck. But let's hop straight into this video here. Now you will notice during this video I will be reading like this. That's because I'm reading the actual card. The card will be popping up on the screen right around here for you guys to read yourself. Let's hop straight into this and I'm going to kind of tell you why it's my favorite and that kind of thing. So starting with the first dragon that we have is Bladewing the Risen. It's a 3 double black, double red, 4/4 flying legendary creature zombie dragon. When Bladewing the Risen enters the battlefield, you may return to target dragon permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. And for black and a red, dragon creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Now this one's a pretty simple one. I love the card, it's pretty powerful. Honestly, the black and the black-red for +1/+1 dragon creatures or whatever, that's not that great, but you'll find if you play with this card that when it comes in the battlefield and you can return any dragon to the battlefield, but it can be an insane combo. So I love this card mostly for the fact that it can return a card with it. So basically you're getting 2 dragons for the cost of 7. That could be crazy amounts of power, although it's 7 in a commander game, which most of these dragons, actually all these dragons are in my commander deck, so I use them in commander, not in anything else. This card is super powerful and I love it for my dragon commander deck. Highly suggest running it if you make one, but it is a great card to be able to return a card back from the dead, especially if you can get a 9-drop or something back on the battlefield for 7, plus you get a 4/4 flyer. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, so I love that card, and let's go on to the next one here. Our next card is Ojutai, Soul of Winter, 5 white, blue, 5/6 flying vigilance legendary creature dragon. Whenever a dragon you control attacks, tap target non-land permanent an opponent controls. That permanent doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Amazing card. Being able to tap down your opponent's creatures is absolutely super powerful, and having them not be able to untap them. Let's say you have even 4 opponents. Because this allows you to be able to do that every time a dragon attacks, you can make a ton of dragon tokens or something like that, attack with a bunch of dragons and then tap down like, I don't know, 10 permanents, and it just gets out of hand and insane. If you have enough dragons, you can actually attack with everything, have enough power and enough dragons to tap down your entire opponent's board, and then you basically get a free turn and not have to worry about anything unless they play something with haste. Absolutely great card, and it's a 5/6 flying vigilance for 7, which isn't the best, but that ability makes it, I'm holding it upside down, that ability makes it absolutely an amazing card. Highly suggest running it in a dragon deck, but very powerful card when it comes to dragon. Next, we have Rusei the Falling Star, 5 and a red, 5/5 flying legendary creature dragon spirit. When it dies, it deals 5 damage to each creature without flying. Now, this is almost a board wipe in a dragon. Now, late in the game, you might not be able to kill as many creatures with this, but let's say you have a you're going up against a token deck. Man, you can shut that thing down just by playing this thing and then, I don't know, killing it on purpose. It's a great card. So 5/5 flyer for 6, not the best, but being able to do 5 damage to everything without flying can almost be a board wipe in a card, and especially if you're playing an opponent who doesn't have flying in their deck or only a few flyers in their deck. This card can completely, let's say their entire army is on the ground and it's all like 5 or less power, or toughness rather, this thing can shut down their side of the board. So great card. Love it. Highly suggest running that one as well. Our next one up here is gonna be Dramoka the Eternal. First of all, the colors on this is absolutely beautiful. It's amazing art. 3 green and a white 5/5 flying legendary creature dragon. I know, shocker, it's a dragon, right? Whenever a dragon you control attacks, bolster 2. This thing is insane. Dragon deck, right? This, you have 10 dragons on the board and you have this thing. That's another 20 power. 20 +1/+1 counters going on to one of your creatures. In case you don't know what bolster is, choose a creature with the least toughness among creatures you control and put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. And technically you bolster 2 for each time, so you can actually, if one gets stronger than the other, you can choose a different creature or whatever, or do it on a different creature. So absolutely amazing card. Makes your dragons so powerful and crazy out of hand. Giant 20/20 flyers. That's when your opponents start having problems. Great card. Won quite a few games with this guy. I love him. He's absolutely amazing. And the art, beautiful. Next up we have Utvara Hellkite. 6 double red, 6/6 creature dragon, so this one is not legendary. Flying. When a dragon you control attacks, create a 6/6 red dragon creature token flying. This thing is also the best thing ever. Hard to beat that. It's pretty powerful. 6/6 red dragons being produced every time a dragon attacks, which means if you attack with your 20/20 dragons, you get 20 6/6 dragons that you can then pump up. Absolutely amazing. 6/6 dragons, every time you attack with a dragon, it's just mass production and your opponents cannot handle it. Like this thing, another one that I've won so many games with. Absolutely insane. Dragon Lord Salumgar. Also love this one. 4 blue and a black, 3/5 legendary creature, Elder Dragon. Flying Death Touch. When it enters the battlefield, gain control of target creature or planeswalker for as long as you control Dragon Lord Salumgar. Now this one's not super powerful. I always have loved being able to steal your opponent's cards and use them against them. So like, personally, this has a soft spot in my heart. This might not be that powerful. You might actually not like it that much because it's not that powerful. But I always like stealing your opponent's creatures and just killing your opponents with their creatures. I just think it's always hilarious. So yeah, 3/5 flying, Death Touch, you get steal creature. You could steal their commander. Like it's so funny in the right situation. Oh my gosh, so funny. I love that card. No one can tell me that I shouldn't love that card. Well, I mean, you can tell me that. I just won't believe you, that's all. Next up, Akusho, the Evening Star. Commander staple, actually. Like, a lot of people play this when they're not playing dragons. 4 double black, 5/5 flying, legendary creature, Dragon Spirit. When it dies, each opponent loses 5 life, and you gain life equal to the life lost this way. Another great card. Being able to deal, I don't know, 15 damage if you have 3 opponents, and gaining 15 life is great. And then, yeah, 5/5 flying for 6, not actually that bad. Ability can make your opponents not want to block it, which makes you be able to hit for more damage. It really is just a great card to power hose through a game, I don't know. And once again, the art on that one, oh, beautiful. Stunning. Okay. We have 3 cards left, ladies and gentlemen. Our next one is Croesus the Purger. 3, a blue and a black and a red. 6/6 flying legendary creature dragon. I know, how many times do I have to say legendary creature dragon this episode? I don't know. Whenever Croesus the Purger deals combat damage to a player, you may pay 2 and a black. If you do choose a color, then that player reveals his or her hand and discards all cards of that color. Not super powerful, but I love it either. Another one where the art is just absolutely amazing. I just love how dragons look. Like, I don't know. I have an addiction to dragons, I guess. I'm not sure. I really am not sure. But 6/6 flying for 6, not bad. And then you get the discard thing. The discard thing, pretty freaking good. You pay 3, and if someone's playing a mono red commander goblin deck, in name red, all the cards in their hand are gone except for the lands and maybe the artifacts if they have some. Very good, and good against a mono blue deck where they're just drawing a bunch of cards and then you're like, blue, and then they have to discard, hey look, blue matches the background. They have to discard their entire thing. So very powerful card. I love it. Love being able to get rid of an entire opponent's hand. Yeah, it slows them down quite a bit. Next up, and the next 2 are quite similar actually. So this one is a very common commander, but not the one I use. Might be making an episode on that later, why I use the next one I'm about to show you over the Scion of the Ur Dragon, which is this one right here. This cost Wooburg to cast. It's a 4/4 flyer. Legendary creature, Dragon Avatar. This one is very, very powerful, and obviously it deserves a spot. Flying 2 card. Search your library for a dragon permanent card and put it into your graveyard. If you do, the Scion of the Ur Dragon becomes a copy of that card until end of turn. There are so many infinite combos you can do with this thing. For example, I'll pop up with a picture of, this isn't an infinite combo, but a great combo. Skrithix, Skittles, if some people like to call him. I'll pop him up right here. He's an Infect Dragon, which is an honorable mention on this list. Definitely would add him to it if I were doing 15. He's probably at the 11th spot. He's like just there, but not quite there. And I'll explain why just a second. But yeah, this thing with that can turn into this. And then you just have a Infector that can possibly kill someone right there. And they're not even ready for it. Like all of a sudden you just have a crazy Infect Dragon smashing into them. Absolutely destroyed. Man, this card is great. Highly... Actually, you're insane if you don't run this in a Commander EDH Dragon deck, because this thing right here, super powerful. Many other cards, that's just one example. Many other cards that you can use with this thing to be able to pump out some crazy combos with it. Super powerful card, highly suggest using it. And our last card on the list, and then we'll go through some honorable mentions here in a second. The Dragon, which is my choice of commander for a Commander Dragon deck, and I'm sure many of you would disagree and say that the Scion is better. I just like this guy, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've always played green. I love the giant dudes, so like this also has a soft spot in my heart. Legendary creature, dragon, avatar, 10/10, and then it has eminence. As long as it is in the command zone or on the battlefield, other dragon spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Flying, so it's a flying 10/10. Of course it is, it's a dragon. All dragons fly, unless they got their wings clipped. I don't know, I'm just coming up with stuff now. Whenever one or more dragons you control attack, draw that many cards, then you may put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. Why would you not want to play that? Great commander. It doesn't even have to come out that much to be able to be worth playing. In many games I win without even casting this thing, but just because it gives you 1 colorless less to cast all your dragon spells is crazy. Like, this thing enables your entire deck. You can play, I don't know, a 6-drop dragon for 5, which might not seem like a big difference, but oh my gosh, it has won me many games. If you do get it out, and oh my gosh, it does happen quite often, and you attack with, let's say, 6 dragons, right? You draw then 6 cards. You then put a permanent card, any permanent card, could be a 20/20 for all I care, any permanent card onto the battlefield. It doesn't have to be a dragon, it can be any permanent card, although it's usually a dragon for me. But any permanent card goes on the battlefield after that, so free, I don't know, 11, or free Emrakul, like if you're feeling like that, but usually it's a dragon, so I don't know, free really expensive dragon on the battlefield also is really good. But yeah, this thing is crazy. Love it as commander, love the art on it as well, and it's foil. It's the only way you can get it, so foil's not that expensive. Yeah, great card, love it. It's also good for budget because, like, if you're looking for a budget commander deck, run the Dragon, pretty cheap and super powerful. I originally built this deck for 50 bucks and I crushed people with it that had like $300 decks. So just, if you're curious, just look up Dragon EDH Commander budget deck. You'll be able to find something. Dragon, very good, very powerful. Now on to some honorable mentions here. Skrithix, Skittles, my buddy, my pal. I love him. He's just expensive, and I mean that in money-wise. He's expensive, but I mean, that doesn't kill my love for him, of course. I still love him as a card. But the reason why I didn't put him on this list, although I do absolutely adore the thing, oh my god, it is so good. It makes a lot of people annoyed with you, and I mean, I can't blame him. To die to Infect is one heck of an annoying way to go out. Yeah, it's not fun. So I don't like to run it that much, actually. I tend to not run it because I don't want to make people annoyed. And I've been on the receiving end of playing against it, and yeah, that, let me tell you, that kind of kills your love for it. But nonetheless, amazing card. Highly suggest running that as well if you're looking for a win in Commander, or one way to win very, not easily, but like, well, you could win well with it, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, very powerful card, very lovely card. That is my list of my favorite dragons, plus some honorable mentions. Highly suggest running all of those in a Dragon Commander deck if that's what you're looking to do, or maybe just run a couple in like whatever deck you want, because they're powerful. I don't know. Yeah, dragons are great. So that's gonna pretty much wrap up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. If you want to help support the channel, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. That helps out a ton. If you want to help support the channel even more, you can check out the link below to my Etsy shop, which is gonna bring you to the merch store. And if you guys buy merch, you are helping support the channel, as well as the Instagram. Keep running, which will be, the Instagram handle will be in the end card. So I will see you guys there, hopefully, maybe, I don't know. Also, shout out to my uncle for actually giving me the idea for this video. I was having a tough time coming up with stuff, so yeah, I think it was a great idea. Thank you. He's probably watching this. Maybe he watched it all the way through. I don't know. It was a long episode, so maybe he didn't. But if he did, hey, what's up? Thanks for the idea. So, thank you guys for watching. Like I said, if you want to help support the channel, I'd appreciate it a lot. I will see you guys all in the next one. Make sure if I missed anything that you think should be on the list or is one of your favorite dragons, make sure to leave a comment down below. I'm interested what your guys' favorite dragons are. Maybe comment your top 10. I'll read through them. I don't even care. I got time to kill. I'll read through all yours. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Peace out, guys. Stay tuned for the next one. See ya.